My colleague Rajdeep Sardesai also with us on the broadcast. Rajdeep, your word on what the court said today.
Well, it's very clear that this is a huge setback for the center and the central agencies and a big victory for Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's be clear. Over the last 4 years, the liquor policy scam has hung large over Arvind Kejriwal's political career. He has spent more than 150 days in jail. Manish Sisodia spent as many as 530 days in jail. And the question will arise, who will be held accountable if the court order, in the way it has been framed, clearly shows that there was very, very little evidence against Mr. Kejriwal and Sisodia. The witness statements did not match. And yet the fact is, just before the Lok Sabha elections, Mr. Kejriwal was arrested. 8 months later, he lost power in Delhi because during that period too, he spent a considerable time in jail, and it severely dented his political career and reputation because he came to power on an anti-corruption plank. So the question is one of accountability. Who will be held accountable, Suesha, for the manner in which the CBI prosecuted this liquor policy? And what is the fallout on the way in which central agencies have been weaponized? Remember, in the political cases of the Enforcement Directorate, 95% cases are against the opposition. And many of those cases are not resulting in conviction. So what does it suggest about the process of law? Is the process the punishment in this country where you spend years facing potential internment in jail and these charges hang over you? It is in that sense a huge setback for the way the center has conducted. Alleges the agencies to target their leaders. Now, what it does to Arvind Kejriwal's career, we don't know, but clearly this is a huge victory for Arvind Kejriwal.
Oh yes, absolutely, Rajdeep. And exactly the question you're asking, will that be asked now? Will there be focus on that? We understand that the Aam Aadmi Party is going to hold that news conference at 4 p.m. this afternoon. And today is not just the Aam Aadmi Party. The opposition really galvanizing on that front to come out and say that the agencies have been overstepping. They are being misused by the center. The arrests in particular were timed to the election. And that is the pattern that we see. Also to really understand, how the BJP must be preparing. Will they come and say that why was the policy scrapped in the first place if there was nothing wrong? How do you see the political commentary coming in?
Look, in the hyper-polarized politics that we live in, Suesha, there is no doubt that the BJP will claim that just because a lower court has exonerated Arvind Kejriwal doesn't mean that they will not carry on with their campaign against him. That's the nature of politics. But for today, at least, it's a huge setback to the BJP because for years they have targeted Arvind Kejriwal on this liquor policy. They have targeted him or claiming that his anti-corruption plan was hollow. And irrespective now of whether the agencies, as they are likely to go and appeal to a higher court, the truth is for the day now, Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party supporters can once again claim the moral high ground. Remember, in 11 months from now, there are elections in Punjab where there's an AAP government. Next year, there are elections in Gujarat where the AAP is making an effort to at least emerge as a premier oppositional force. We don't know what it will do to opposition politics because remember, Kejriwal and the Congress have had an on-off relationship. The India alliance itself doesn't seem to be going anywhere. But in the backdrop of state assembly elections, which are now just a month or so away in many of the states like Tamil Nadu and Bengal, where the opposition has much in stake, they will certainly make a propaganda of the fact, claiming that the Modi government has used central agencies like the ED and CBI to target and harass the opposition.
Oh, yes, absolutely, Rajdeep. And, we saw teary-eyed Kejriwal, only understandable given how much he's gone through in this time, given how his reputation took a hit, his political career took a hit. But even for us, Rajdeep, as journalists, as Delhiites who have been talking to a lot of people on the ground, who literally saw the perception shift over the months, given how these allegations were coming thick and fast, given the kind of implications it had on the Aam Aadmi Party, how do you recall those years?
Look, the truth is the media also has much to answer for. The media was a willing accomplice in the campaign that was run against Arvind Kejriwal. The same Arvind Kejriwal who was elevated into this anti-corruption crusader was suddenly someone who could do nothing right. And I don't think that the media asked enough hard questions about the timing of the arrest, the manner in which the CBI kept dealing in a way the case, the way in which courts kept giving tariq pe tariq, and the likes of Manish Sisodia, as I said, spent more than 530 days in jail. For the Aam Aadmi Party, though, this will also be a moment for reflection. Did they also make certain mistakes when they were in power in the way they handled perhaps certain situations? Certainly, the Aam Aadmi Party has lost a lot of ground in the last few years. Recovering that ground won't be easy. And I think this verdict will give them perhaps an opportunity to go back to the people, not just in Delhi, but in other parts also, to suggest that they do indeed offer some kind of an alternative politics. Remember, the opposition has lacked that kind of leadership or lacked a certain cohesion. I don't think this one verdict is going to bring any of that back, but at least it gives the Aam Aadmi Party reason to go back to its original plank, which was anti-corruption, which had been severely damaged by the entire alleged liquor scam. So from that perspective, Arvind Kejriwal gets a second lease of life is the best way one could put it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And Rajdeep, thank you for joining us at this point. But this day certainly belongs to the Aam Aadmi Party all out. And they come out to say we are Kattar Imandar. These charges of corruption were never true.